Hey guys, how are you? This is Jim from the Pain PT, and today we're going to talk about building yourself up versus tearing yourself down. And this is a really important topic because what a lot of people do, and I see this day in and day out with people I work with, is that we tear ourselves down instead of build ourselves up. And the reason why we do this is we direct anger. The emotion of anger is coming up, and we direct it back into ourselves. We take it inward to self attack or become self critical or put ourselves down. And so, what happens is we can move into this thing where anger is going inward into our bodies and pushing us actually down. Okay, we can be pushed down into shame at the bottom of this, which is an idea or feeling that we're broken, we're worthless, we're not good enough, we're not enough, we're basically, we're worthless. And so this is what can happen with anger when it's directed inward, when we attack ourselves and blame ourselves, is it leads to shame. Okay, and that's putting ourselves down. And it's very, very common among people with mind-body symptoms. It's one of the reasons why we have them. And so we want to do something different. Now, I've talked before about the emotion of anger. It's a very important emotion. It creates a lot of symptoms in the body because of the way it creates pressure and tension, tightness, and it creates a lot of pain. And Dr. Sarno, who you guys know, or most of you know, wrote those best-selling books about repressed emotions causing symptoms in the body, identified repressed rage as the primary one. And I believe he was correct. And we could talk more about this in another video, why. But anger, very simply, is one of the emotions that is not really allowed to be fully expressed in its form. Okay, so we're not allowed to blow up in people. We're not allowed to scream and shout. We're not allowed to punch people and destroy things. So what we do, though, is we destroy ourselves instead of being able to destroy or express the anger towards what is really angering us. We blame ourselves. Again, that goes back to childhood most of the time. Now, one of the things you want to do with anger for yourself is not to do that, right? That's common sense. I don't want to destroy myself. I don't want to put myself down, tear myself down. What if we took anger and we recycled it into this idea of building ourselves up, empowering ourselves, strengthening ourselves to become a pillar, to become a rock that's rising up to here, not going down to shame and low-level feelings of worthlessness, that you are okay. You're worth everything. You are strong. You're a powerful person. And I really believe at the heart of all this work we're doing here for mind-body healing is this is what it's about. Becoming empowered, strong, being able to stand on your 2 feet, set boundaries, develop a thicker skin, not be controlled by your symptoms or other people who are abusive, or you not engaging in patterns that take your power away. Okay, so this is all the same thing. It comes from, again, a channel of anger that's not tearing yourself down, but strengthening and empowering yourself up to face, that's the word here, to face challenges and things in your life differently. Okay, so this idea of building yourself up means that you can handle, because you have the strength and empowerment, you can handle the symptoms, number one. You can face them and you can challenge them to move forward in your life, that they're not going to control you anymore. Now, again, how this works in your brain, it's very much a parallel process. It's quite fascinating, is that this is exactly what the science says. We need to develop cortical control over a amygdala that's hijacking us, okay, with anxiety symptoms, with other symptoms, with repressed anger, potentially grief, other emotions, worried, fear, anxiety, all this stuff. That, hey, look, there's a sense of control we have in ourselves. And the sense of control comes from when you feel strong and confident and empowered. You have more control. Okay, you can control things. You can determine what's going to happen. And so when you build yourself up, you're building up a empowerment that comes from the emotion of anger that's sort of transmuted into an empowerment. Okay, it's a very constructive form of anger being channeled into that. And it's that, hey, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. I'm fed up with this condition. I know it's not dangerous. I know it's just my brain. It's most likely a form of anxiety. And I can move forward with my life, and I'm going to, and you're not going to stop me. Now that sounds pretty powerful, right? That sounds pretty strong, and it is. And this is what you guys need to do to heal. I see a lot of people that are real passive and timid and really pulled back. That's fear. That weakens you. Okay, you can't fight fear with fear. So what happens is you do get angry. You do get frustrated with your condition, but the problem is you're putting it back in yourself in a destructive way to push yourself down, to feel worse, which leads to that apathy and shame and guilt and low-level feelings that are not going to get you anywhere. Okay, I want you guys to take the opposite approach where you're fed up with this, you're tired of this, to build you up and say, no more. I'm done. I'm moving forward with my life. You're not going to control me. And you don't need to, because you're not dangerous in the first place. I'm in control. I'm strong. I'm powerful. I'm going to do this. You're not going to stop me. Okay, now Dr. Sarno said the same things. He was a genius in that he didn't have the science we have now that I'm giving you guys to show you this is true. He saw this in patients, thousands of patients, that this was a pattern. And that's why he said, don't be intimidated by your pain. You have the power to overcome it. Tell you the pain, you're not gonna take it anymore. Essentially saying, you're in control. Don't let this thing control you anymore, because there's nothing wrong. So I really want you guys to take this message that I want you to build yourself up. Don't tear yourself down. Empower yourself. Don't weaken yourself. I want you to tap into this anger that you have, that all of us have, this rage, and use it to your advantage to heal. Okay, we need to tap into a different emotion than fear and anxiety, because that's not going to get us anywhere. All right, guys, questions, comments, put them here. You guys can all get better as long as you have this diagnosis of mind-body syndrome. There's no structural damage. It's all up here in the head. It's all in the brain, nervous system. We're trying to change these patterns, and one of them, again, is this idea here today that you're strong and you're empowered. You're not weak. Don't stop tearing yourself down. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.